All right. Well, welcome all you soccer fans. Today we weren't sure this was going to happen this year. The start of the 2021, although it's mostly 21 men's soccer season for the Peoria Notre Dame Irish. Get our first game of the year against Champaign Central, visitors from our Big 12 conference. Field looks in good shape. I'm here with Coach Danny Burke as color. I'm Rob Kenny. We got the Mr. Bear on the camera, and Brian Simmons making us look as good as we can look, which is not much. On the technical side of things, up here at the top of the crow's nest, a typical day here on the knob. It is 42 degrees colder here than it was in my backyard 8 minutes ago when I left.
It's funny, you drive up a little hill and all of a sudden the wind picks up a little bit.
Yep, we set a record today, I think, for a high temperature for March 9th, and everybody's wearing parkas up here. So
It could be worse. A little bit of concern, I think, that you'd be playing in snow right now. So.
Yeah, we had it before. I'm not going to complain about this
Absolutely.
weather. We'll be looking at our national anthem and the prayer and the introductions of both starting 11s here coming up in about 10 or so seconds, and we will talk to you on the other side of that.
Well, let's take a seat and start the lineup. First of all, for our visitors from Champaign Central, starting in goal, Nate Allen. Number 14, Cooper Bauer. Number 20, Cooper Carson. Number 19, Ethan Gully. Number 6, Braden Helper. Number 9, Kyle Johnson. Number 4, Tim Naguji. Number 10, B.A. Salah. Number 15, Jair Villa. Number 7, Jake Weiland. And number 24, Matthew Winterbottom. Now the starting lineup for the home team, the Irish of Notre Dame.
All right.
Dylan Bear.
Dylan Bear starting in goal for the Irish. Will Mattarelli. Thomas Menke, number 3. Joel McIntyre, number 6. Caleb Hard, number 8. Number 9, Nevin Liebert. Finn Donnelly, number 10. Gutzweiler, 11. Andrew Bonham, number 15. Alistair Dawson, number 17. And number 18, Zach Eunice. That's your starting 11 for tonight's game. Well, Danny, usually I don't think the wind makes too much of a difference, but tonight it's probably going to be a difference, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And like we talked earlier, you get up on this hill and it seems to always be gusting a little bit more. And soccer, you got it behind you for 40 minutes or in your face for 40 minutes. So kind of sometimes it's a strategy based off of what you're looking for. Start the game fast with the wind at your back, or you want the wind at your back in the second half. So definitely going to play a role, and keeping the ball down on the grass is going to be important.
Which would you prefer? Start with it at your back or in your face? Because it's either at your back or in your face. It is blowing directly from the south to the north. If you spit your gum out today, it's going to end up in Wisconsin.
I think I would like it at my back to start the game. It's always, why get behind the 8 ball? Take the chances that you're going to come out hot, get a couple goals. You can always sit on a goal, on a lead in soccer. So if you,
why be surprised by that first high ball?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that completely. All right, it looks like the Irish will tip it off here with possession, and we're off.
Yeah, crazy, but like you said, 2021 season underway here.
2021 season underway in the shadow of the 21-22 season. Irish get it into the box quickly.
Yeah, right down to the inline.
And we got a whiff by the defender for Central. Irish are pressing up, trying to win the ball back. They do, staying here on the left side. We got Zach Eunice here. He's got good hair for the wind. Yeah, Zach loses a little bit out of bounds, his first touch of the season. I know it may sound obvious, but we expect to see a lot of rust out here today, don't we, Coach?
Yep, absolutely. And, these kids have probably been playing indoor or practicing, obviously, but that's a lot different than playing in-game, in an actual real high school game. Yeah. So a little bit of nervousness, a lot of bit of rust, and, especially from Notre Dame's side, this is a lot of inexperience. They do have some older guys, but as far as playing time or starting time, I guess, they graduated such a big class last year that a lot of these guys, this is their first start on this field. So a little bit of nervousness, I'm sure, coming out.
I'm sure it is. I believe Coach Bear said they had a couple winter contact dates and 1 week of outside practice and then into the swim.
Nothing like throwing them right into the fire with an inexperienced team.
No. But they started off on the front foot here. Nothing has been in our side, our defensive side. And we've been in basically in the attacking third. So that's good to see. See if Central had something going there. They've given the ball away. And the Irish played it out to the right. Good ball. First touch got a little bit away from him there on the right. Maintaining possession, plays it back. Irish got it at about 30 meters.
Oh, nice shot. That McIntyre.
McIntyre, a quick left-footed shot that he really snatched that quickly.
Yeah, and he's a good-looking sophomore. He's got some size in the midfield and nice little left-footed hit there. But he's going to be key for them this year and going forward, kind of that holding midfielder.
Looks like he's got a little power on that left-hand leg. That thing wasn't more than about 3 feet off the ground. It was not helped by the wind, and it got there quickly. Ball's bouncing around midfield. Irish come up with possession. Irish staying here down their left flank. Pretty much where they've been attacking from the first 5 minutes here. 3 minutes here, sorry. Give away possession there right at the midfield stripe. Here's Central's deepest possession so far of the game. Irish get it back. A wayward pass. Our first foul of the season. And Irish get a free kick there for a little push. Wasn't much. Speaking of that, we're going to see some rust from the refs here probably too, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and that's what I was just thinking. You know, referee maybe setting the tone early, even though it wasn't much of a foul, but kind of wanting to get
see if the
get his
whistle
whistle,
works.
yeah, get some use in there. But you know, I know some of these referees, they're used to a full summer, fall, spring schedule, and kind of been thrown off by that as well. So, you know, you got to expect that they're trying to get their feet wet just as much as the kids and the coaches are.
They need the reps just as much as anybody else.
And they're going to be real busy because the girls' season backs this one up, so they're going to have a
there's a crowded
busy spring
fixture for both boys and girls here at HSA.
It's not a long season, but I'm going to assume that most nights there's going to be games going on. So
those of us that like to yell at the refs will have to get in mid-season form really quick here. We won't have time to work our way into it.
A nice deep throw in the box there. Looks like it went off Central. Yep. For a corner.
Irish are in a corner there. Not a bad defensive play, even though giving away the corner. Doesn't know what's behind him. He's wind swirling. He feels somebody behind him. He doesn't quite know that it's one of his own players. He just gets it out.
Yeah, and with the wind, those balls into the box are the most dangerous because you never know what you're gonna see here. So if you can get something on it, you're better off getting something on it.
Yep, get it out square and live the fight another day. All right, this is gonna be going crosswind. We'll see. It's a nice delivery.
Ball. A little bit further out there would have been perfect. Nice play by the keeper.
Nice throw out by the keeper there. The Irish blunt it right before the center circle. And we're back in our attacking 18 again.
Oh, nice ball in.
Oh, so close. Good job by the keeper coming out there. You read that before anybody.
He's got good size too. He's a good-looking goalie. So
let's see if he's
test him early and see what he's got. But
he's gonna. Keepers don't have a lot of experience keeping the ball low on their goal kicks.
Oh, hard's in.
And on their punts.
Oh, he slides in, but nice job there.
Saved off the line by.
I think we got an offsides
Central,
call anyway, but nice hustle by the Central defender there, covering for his goalie. And
that was nice. Both teams good there. So I didn't see who did the through ball there. I'm quite familiar enough with the kids quite yet.
It's hard to tell their faces too because everybody's got masks on.
Wearing masks.
But that's what Notre Dame's going to be looking for, I think, is somebody that can create for them this year and somebody that can score goals for them. And not that these kids are not capable of that, but they just haven't been relied on to do that the last couple of years because of the talented guys that have been ahead of them. So kind of early on here looking for somebody who can create and then somebody that puts the ball in the back of the net.
All right, we got a handball called there, so Central has a free kick out here, a little too far out to be directly dangerous, but let's see what they run here. They float a ball in there. Wind kind of balloons it a little bit, but it felt nicely.
Yeah, not good to let it drop in the box like that we were talking about. But now they're going to get a little break here. Menke running onto it.
Menke's can run forever. All legs and lungs.
Nice job defensively.
Good job by the defensive central there. Cut that ball out.
Oh, another nice hit from McIntyre.
That one was helped a little bit by the wind.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
He got that one up there, but I'm going to guess he's left-footed because that was another bomb. So.
That's his off foot. I'm afraid to see what he does with the right. That was nice. I love putting that ball in right immediately like that.
Yep, absolutely.
I love that, especially early season. Wind, all that stuff. Test the goalie.
Yeah, he kind of seems to have a little bit of confidence that he can hit it from there too. So that's always a good thing.
Interesting to see if he's our offensive free kick or direct kick taker. All right, Irish play the ball back to the defense. Build from the back here. Is this wind strong enough, Coach, to even affect your first touch if it bounces up in the air a little bit?
Probably only if the ball's coming from the air, right? Because it's hard to time. If you, like I said, if you can keep it on the ground and move it like Notre Dame wants to move it anyway, it kind of negates the wind a little bit. Timing might be a little off just from running into the wind like anything else, but
I never even considered that. But yeah, if you're running into the wind, you're expending a few more calories.
Yeah.
Than the other way.
Yeah, and it's honestly grass is a lot better off than turf. Turf sometimes it feels like the ball moves a little bit with the wind more than on the grass, but. Irish
tried a long ball in there to release one of the forwards. The goalie read it again really well. Came out about 10 yards or so, and snuffed it out. But the Irish retained possession and back in their familiar stance of being about 30 yards out, probing, seeing what they got in front of them.
Yeah, they're doing a good job controlling the pace of the game, keeping the ball on the ground. These three center midfielders for them are they're young, but they're look to be pretty talented, and they move pretty well together. So I think that's kind of where they're going to look to keep the game.
Got our first subs of the game coming in. There's 3 fresh sets of legs coming in. Not 3 legs. That would be awkward. 3 sets of legs coming in for Champaign Central. How important is that going to be? I mean, we were talking about the lack of time together, the conditioning also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just your touch.
Like you said, it was a couple contact days in the winter, a week where you can't really condition them too much in the week because you got so much else to get done. And you'd like to think that your kids are conditioning on their own, but it's a lot different than just going for a run. It's a lot of start and stop in.
Yeah.
Like I said, the nervousness kind of different as well.
Burn a lot of energy.
Having some depth and being able to keep fresh legs throughout this season because you're going to be playing 3 games a week. So
good point. Not just today, but we'll have times when we're playing 5 games in 9 days. I think.
Yep.
Microphones, wind's picking up a little bit. Didn't think it was possible, but
yeah, I was actually thinking it was going to die down a little bit, but
usually the sun goes down. It does up here, but
another nice ball from McIntyre, but he's offsides. They're playing that high line defensively, kind of catching Notre Dame. Or Notre Dame might be trying to catch them a little bit, but a couple offsides calls that.
If they're playing a high line on purpose, that is really good because they've had the same amount of contact days, the same amount of practice that we've had, probably like that. And they're organized enough to do that here in the first game of this weird season. That's impressive. That's a sign of a well-coached team and well-coached players.
Yeah, and that's another thing that you can tell. I think you're gonna be able to tell the teams that stay pretty organized in the off season, because those are the teams that are going to be maybe a little bit better shape, a little bit better communication, maybe know a little bit more about what they're looking at this year.
Well, that was one of the questions I had. What falls through the cracks in this short period of time? I mean, is it communication? Is it conditioning? Is it just your individual skill set, or does all of it fall off?
I think it's like I said, these kids have probably been playing soccer somewhere indoors, at least a little bit. I think that the conditioning and just being a team, playing together. I know Notre Dame, in a normal season, they play a lot of games in the summer heading into the fall season.
Yes.
And then by the time they get to the fall, they kind of know, hey, here's what we're looking at personnel-wise, even substitution patterns, they kind of have an idea. So this year, you're just maybe winging it a little bit more. And
normally, first game of the season, you're already into your fine-tuning.
Yep.
And here, we're actually down to just the basic fundamentals. This is Champaign Central's first time into the attacking third, really, first time into the box.
Yeah, and it's always scary because you're dominating the game, and they get in the box one time, and some fluke happens, and
that against the run, goal.
And that's where you can hear Coach Bear saying, "Settle down." Notre Dame's doing a good job controlling the game, but it's still 0-0. That's the crazy thing about soccer. And you got to make sure that you stay calm and just continue to do what you're set out to do. Oh, nice ball in
there. He hit him in a odd spot. He did a good job controlling that. It's very hard to control your first touch when it's your knee, the outside of your knee. He did a good job. Here comes Champaign Central going down their left flank. Plays a speculative ball. It worked. And the Irish are trying to press them up, win possession back here, and they do. Oh,
that time he's
ball.
in. First touch here towards goal, yep. Ball across. Oh, nice.
And it's in from an almost impossible angle from our angle. I think that just completely took the goalie by surprise.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was going to go short and high that way.
Nice through ball in there, and that was number 8, Caleb Hart.
Caleb
scoring the first goal of the season for Notre Dame.
That was very nice.
Yeah, again, it looked like he was just going to cross that in left-footed, seeing if anybody's running with him, and I don't know if it caught his foot off in bad angle or if that was on purpose or what, but it works all the same.
We're going to give it to him on purpose.
Irish take a 1-0 lead.
Goal at about 15 minutes into the contest. Well, Coach Bear was asking to settle. That will settle them down, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes that's all it takes. Again, you're dominating the game possession-wise. You don't want to give up a fluke goal, kind of starting to get tight. You could kind of see Champaign actually getting a little bit more possession, maybe starting to feel a little bit better about themselves. So sometimes that first goal, especially first goal of the season, it's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, he'll be hard-pressed to beat that going on.
Yeah.
I hope he does, but he'll be hard-pressed.
Might be his new move.
That was a tremendous finish to the short side and high.
Yeah, and they finally found one of those through balls that he didn't get called offsides for, which really
time to run better, time to pass better.
He's doing a good job finding those runs.
And Champaign, though.
Clearance there by Dawson.
Yep. It's a good response from Champaign, though. Right back into it. I'm going to throw in here from Champaign Central. Oh, boy, that was a great first touch.
Yeah.
We're going to get him a great one,
Worked out great for him, gets a corner. Sometimes it's better to hit you off. Again, dangerous here, their first corner of the game. Never know if they have anything special here.
Yeah, like you said, you got a young team. First corner, varsity corner for a lot of these guys on defense. They got their head on it, but just kind of loops harmlessly.
And the first touch of the game by the
Dylan Bear. There you go.
Sometimes, again, a young goalkeeper, especially playing for Notre Dame some games, it takes a while to get your first touch. So sometimes getting your first touch is important.
Yeah, if it can be a harmless little ballooned header, even better.
It's like when you're having a bad game in basketball, get a free throw.
Yep, see the ball go in. See the ball go in your hand, see the ball go through the hoop. That's a good analogy. The Irish are back on it in the attacking. Playing the ball back out to midfield. A lot of the good stuff so far from Notre Dame seems to be, or a lot of the stuff, let alone good or bad, seems to be coming down to this left side here. Is that on purpose, or just with the given, or it's just the way it's worked?
You know, it might be a little bit of both. I think that they're pretty confident out here with Hard on the left wing, getting the ball on his foot. He's proven to be someone who can make a little bit of action happen, and you know, so even if it's not on purpose, maybe they're feeling good about what he's doing, and he's making it work for him too. They got Finn Donnelly, another senior over there on the right wing, and he's got some playing experience in the past as well. So.
Well, after my great insight, we'll do nothing but go down the right side now for the last 22.5 minutes.
Oh, if you look, I don't know if you can see it on the feed, but Hart is staying really wide out here, and he's sometimes 30 yards away from the nearest guy. They're going to have to make an adjustment there, or Notre Dame should just keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
Yep, there he is.
There he is now. Yeah, there was a good, at least 10 yards between him and the man who's looks like he should be marking him. He works it around for a right-footed shot there, but a good block by Champaign Central. Guy did his job well there. Turned him, blunted it. 50-50 ball here. Half won by, not quite 50-50. He had the position. Zach Eunice snuffs that out, sticks it out of bounds with the Irish regroup. A nice throw down the, boy, the wind killed that.
Yeah.
A lot of times I would have skipped another 10 yards. You hear the coaches calling for, Coach Burke was talking about how wide.
Yeah, you know, in the past we've had some really good players that play out on the right or left wing, and keeping them wide and just letting them kind of be playmakers has been really effective, and kind of seems like you know, the defense has to make an adjustment to that. Otherwise, you're going to keep feeding them the ball, and
well, they were
you know, make them change what they're doing. And
you could hear the coaches yelling for Finn on the right side to get wider. So obviously, it's certainly something they're doing on purpose.
Yeah, the wider you stay, the more the defense kind of has to maybe adjust what they're doing, because every once in a while they like their outside defenders to be pushing up into the attack, and if they got to pay attention to a guy that keeps killing them offensively, then yeah, you can see the wind just killed that ball.
Yeah, it's tough. Throw-ins are tough. You can't really keep a throw-in down out of the wind. Yeah. Central's earned another foul. Again, a little too far out to be directly dangerous, but they put a nice ball in last time. Put it to the far post. We'll see what they do again. About the same thing, a little bit more direct.
Bending,
that was
kind of
nice.
Bending in there. That was a very nice ball.
Very nicely done. I think the Champaign guy might have been better off laying back and trying to get his head on that. But the Irish have broken out after it. We're over here at Caleb Hart. Wide left, we get a good deflection. Oh, couldn't do anything with it. Irish have it back in the middle. Play it back out to the right touch line.
Nice move towards goal.
Beat his man very nicely. I think that was Finn. Irish have their first subs of the game coming in now. I was about to ask about that, if you thought it was a little odd that they hadn't subbed in the first half of the first half.
Yeah, so we got number 7, Enrique Zamora, and number 12, Jack Ray, coming into the game. So giving, looks like they're giving Hard and Menke a break. And yeah, you know, it kind of depend on what he's looking for, but a lot of times the back four are probably going to stay. You know, and these 3 central midfielders are doing a great job and not having to bust themselves too much cardiovascularly. So Gutzweiler with a shot. So the guys that have been getting the most work up top, so they're doing the most running. So maybe get them a quick break. And again, maybe he obviously knows more than what we do, but he depth-wise, maybe he's going to get a feel for what he's got as we go along here.
I'm also thinking maybe that's pretty set that that's his preferred 11 to start the game. He wanted to see them in a 20-minute block there without having to worry about anything else. Just see what they do together. And they've done fine. The Irish play the ball back to Bear in goal. He scoops it up. He can use his hands. It wasn't a back pass. It was from the head. Gets the ball up into the jet
over
stream there.
Yes, absolutely. Donnelly's into the box here. Ah. Yeah, that's another thing with the wind and a good weapon. If you have a goalie that has a punt, the defense really has to pay attention to that ball coming over the top and guys running onto it.
Irish throw another shot on goal there from outside the box there. That looked like Zamora just coming in, trying to get his first shot of the season in. The wind definitely got that. I know we got good legs, but some of these are cannon shots.
You can make it look real good. You get it up into that wind.
Make sure you use this clip for your college recruiting. They don't need to know it was windy. Well, you can see how that goal kick there just sort of died over the last 15 yards or so. The Irish playing down the right side again. There's some more.
Another nice ball in there.
Yeah, very good. Falls off of deflection. Central gets it out, but just as far as the right touchline. Another sub, Champaign Central coming in, number 22.
And they seem to be keeping, good little rotation here. Maybe trying their best to keep the leg fresh. They're having to do a lot of work out there, both offensively and defensively. So.
This constant defending has to grind on you, especially the first game of the year, first game in 16 months or whatever it is.
Yep. Especially the way Notre Dame is capable and wants to play is moving the ball around a lot, making you kind of chase it a lot. And it's not hard on them offensively, but it's certainly hard defensively.
Zach Enos threw a nice ball in there, just rolled a little bit too far. Irish couldn't get to it before it got past the end line. Another goal kick. Your defensive line creep up a little bit now that they've seen a few of these goal kicks just sort of die there at the start of the circle.
Yeah, read it a little bit better, kind of get a feel for where it's going to go, because it's not going where a normal goal kick would probably go, or maybe what they're expecting originally.
And a good job of switching fields there. Who was that? Danny Gutzweiler, that was good.
Yeah, and he's always been a really technical, talented player. He's come in as a freshman, a little bit undersized, and he's put some size on him, and he's able to use his body there in the midfield even better. But he's one that saw a lot of playing time last year, and getting to play with guys at that level is only going to make you better.
He's got a Notre Dame soccer name, Gutzweiler.
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
Yeah. His sister might have been the best of the bunch.
Yeah, she was good.
Hannah was a terrific player. So was Lucas, though.
Yep.
Hope Lucas is listening. A little too straight of a ball there from Champaign. Central. They had something maybe going there, but the ball needed a little more angle to get out, free his guy on the right.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see here if they can weather the storm the last 15 minutes and only go into half 1-0, and maybe some of those balls in the second half with the wind kind of, if they go 5-10 yards farther, makes a bad ball a lot better ball.
Yeah.
So it could make a big difference.
Is that something you would actually play for if you were the Central coach?
Again, kind of depends on what kind of team you got, what you're looking at. I mean, I think at this point, watching the way that this game has gone, if you go into halftime down 1-0, I think you're pretty happy with it.
Certainly, yeah.
Especially having, again, any ball that you're kicking forward, it's been knocked down, so from the wind.
Champaign retains possession here with the throw-in from their right touchline. Earn another throw-in. Slowly working down the field on throw-ins. Irish clear it out for another throw in for Champaign. A few more subs coming in. Irish, Caleb Hard returns. Finn Donnelly will take a quick breather. And another sub for Champaign Central. Battle for the ball on the Champaign's right sideline.
Notre Dame's got to get a big clearance here, get it out from. I mean,
Yeah, we're starting to get into the danger zone for.
Yep, and like one bad bounce goes into the box, and they got a situation.
Yeah,
so
Champaign did have a really nice throw in from just about that position earlier in the game. There we go. Oh, we got it, but there was a foul before it.
And this kid, first 2 times has delivered nice balls into the box.
Yeah, a little further out this time, but.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a weapon. Certainly somebody you're going to have to look at when they have these kicks in the next half with the win. The target man on the last one is way outside the box now.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to get a serious run.
I think that they are trying to bend it into that far side again.
That was probably on its way on a non-windy day to being a really good delivery.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's given both teams some issues trying to read that ball in the air. I mean, Notre Dame has been in position to make a play on the ball the last couple times, and it just hasn't been a clean clearance just because of the way that the ball's bouncing.
The last one just kind of rolled down the chest of the defender. Approaching 11 minutes left in this
nice job by
half.
McIntyre there, winning the ball at midfield. Back out here to Hard. Oh, another offsides call.
Wow. He wasn't even making a run then.
I didn't see that one. Take his word for it.
Caleb didn't seem too upset about it, so maybe he knew. There it goes. Should be Notre Dame ball there. Throwing at the midfield stripe. Well, we heard some good communication there.
Yeah.
McIntyre screaming for the ball.
Yeah.
What you should do.
Yeah, and especially as a sophomore. I mean, it's a good sign. He plays that really important position for Notre Dame, like a defensive midfielder, and he's done a really good job so far this game.
You can tell the upperclassmen trust him.
Yep, and his size allows him to kind of control the game in the air too, and he's got the skill to control the game on his foot. And you know, throughout Notre Dame soccer history, that holding midfield position's been some of our best players, and the best teams that we've had have had really good guys in that position that could kind of dictate the way the game goes, offensively and defensively. So he's a key guy there, and as a sophomore, that's really good.
Bodes well. The Irish win that ball, headed back in and taking it down the right side, holding it up now.
I think this Jack Ray with the ball on his foot.
The Irish put it on back, building from the back again. Again, Coach, what you said there, there's almost 12, 15 yards between Caleb and his nearest man.
Yep.
That's exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting it out here to him. And nice hit by Gutzweiler.
That dipped.
Yeah,
probably only a yard or two further than it.
Yeah. I tell you that another nice thing about these midfielders is two of them more than willing to shoot from out, which is I mean, that's a dangerous ball coming in for any goalie.
You got a righty and a lefty too, so
yeah.
that's there's really no way to shade them. All right, we'll see if we get another short kick here. Yeah, they keep getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, he's getting up in the wind a little bit too much.
He's getting tired. I mean, it takes a lot out Try to kick the ball through a car wash like that. No, boy, there's a lot of room there in the midfield.
And
That's where
ball
Caleb's
out wide.
moved over there now.
Another offsides. Like I said, I don't know if they're trying to get him to jump. You know, they're jumping that line on purpose defensively, but either that or they're playing really risky back there because
Yeah.
it's been close.
Could it just be the friskiness of being out there for the first time this year for the Irish?
Yeah,
Just
wanting to go.
can't keep that half step. Coach will eventually tell them not to do that. but
Yeah.
That's,
Easy fix.
well, I think you'd rather have them too frisky than not
Yep,
frisky enough
absolutely.
at the start of the year. So, well, I think what you said earlier is going to be right. It would be both teams would really like to win this last 7 minutes. Irish would like to go in up 2-0, and Champaign says it was they'd like to go in just down 1-0.
Yeah, and you know, again, Notre Dame's had the run of the play pretty much the whole half, and they do have the win behind them. So Champaign, not that they're okay being down 1-0, but I think at halftime, if they're only down 1-0, the worst case, then I think they'll be all right. Hard out here, wide again.
Turned into something.
Nice job defensively there.
Yeah, something was boiling up there a little bit, but they just snuffed it out with numbers. Caleb's going to get to this one before his defender, though.
Yeah, it was. He started to make the run, but he was going to be offside, so he had to kind of come back and then go, and kind of got there a little bit late. But
he's got teammates flooding into the box. Let's see what's happening.
Dangerous ball in.
Ball is bouncing around a little bit. Irish get it back.
Liebert with a hit. Back up.
A little tough to get the ball out from underneath your feet there.
Yep.
A little congested.
Yeah, those low, hard balls into the box are dangerous because it's like a ping pong ball. It bounce off anybody and go the wrong way, and you just got to get your foot on it.
A lot of handballs from that.
Yeah, that as well. Yep.
Top the foot.
One bad bounce. Always want to be on the good side of those, though.
We should get those calls.
Yeah, right.
That's not how that works. Don't have to send it to video assistant or referee here. Thank goodness.
Hopefully we don't ever get to that.
Yeah, I'll take the mistakes.
Absolutely.
Rare that they are. The Irish again get it out to Caleb. Closed out nicely.
Yeah, they had a better job that time bringing two defenders at him, one staying in behind him and the other one coming from the front. Got about 5 minutes to go here in the half.
Champaign is, ooh, boy, that was a good throw. At least velocity-wise, he managed somehow to get that one.
Day long,
Looks like he might have been surprised it made its way all the way to him.
Yeah.
Missed first touch there by Caleb.
Yep.
Hard down the right side. A little
there.
fatigue maybe?
Yeah, a couple there, and kind of just under his foot, and he's making so much happen in here that maybe he's getting in a little too much of a hurry too with the fatigue and getting too excited when that ball's coming to him. But
throw in for Central, won by the Irish. True 50-50 ball. We won it. Got a little too much of his foot wrapped around that one.
Yeah, it's good luck, good thought, but
under 4 minutes here. To the point now, if Champaign were to give up a goal here, it would really be heartbreaking for them.
Absolutely.
It would really be backbreaking.
Yep, and that's where if Notre Dame gets one, they go into halftime all fired up, and we first 5-7 minutes of the game and half, and last 5-7 minutes of the half are crucial.
Subs coming in and will delay the throw in on the far side for Champaign Central.
Yeah, and they've done, like I said, they've done a good job rotating guys in and out. And and you know, trying to stay fresh, and maybe they just have a you know, a little bit of depth and not much of a drop off with the guys that they seem to be bringing in.
Doesn't seem to be any.
Yeah.
Yeah, there hasn't been any glaring sort of drop off. Ref calls whistle there. The guys subbing off weren't quite off yet. Throw in. Champaign Central controls it. I'm here by midfield now. Get into their attacking half. It was a ball down the right side, but it just gets. I'm not sure that one was caught up in the wind. I think that one was misaimed a bit.
Just maybe hit off the wrong part of his foot.
Yeah, that slid off the foot. Feel bad blaming the wind for everything. It's Mother Nature. She's not doing anything wrong. Another throw in for Champaign. We'll find some open man.
Oh,
He
dangerous
throws
ball,
one
and
in.
Nobody running onto it. Could be an easy catch for Bear. I think that they would have maybe liked to have a couple of runners coming onto that ball just to.
I think he maybe took that a little quick.
Yeah. Yep. If anything, just to make the goalie think about somebody running at him, even if you think he's going to catch it.
Oh, that ball is cut out.
Yeah, honestly, that might have been the first pass that got intercepted off of McIntyre's foot this whole half. So,
Lee's
nice
shot on
hit.
goal. Wasn't on frame, but boy, it was nice.
Very nice hit.
Just inside the 18-yard box, a little bit to the right of the center.
Yeah, and he saw.
He was trying to go over the right,
Yeah,
right
Bear,
90.
Bear had that near post covered.
He did have it covered.
That guy had that one back. He might try to take it to the far side there and just try to.
It's good positioning by the young goalie. But he snapped off a quality shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't on frame, but it was still dangerous.
Oh, here's a ball in.
He's gonna play it back to the goalie. No, he did not. Some good skill there.
Oh, another big ball here. Let's see what they do with this one. Smart move
smart,
there.
yeah.
Getting it out.
Under a minute. Get it out.
Champaign's going to get one more chance here, though. Something happened. It's a foot on it there. Oh, tough clearance. Nice job by Jack Ray to settle that.
Looks like maybe Champaign been playing on the back foot so long that they're really not getting guys into the box for some balls that actually were delivered pretty well. I think he got that ball out of bounds. Pretty much allow about one more attacking play here for the Irish.
Top
what
there
a
to
beautiful
Ray.
throw.
Ah, and just couldn't get it settled. Nice job by Liebert. Can't get a clearance.
Probably needed a bigger clearance than that if you were the coach. All right, well, that went in this first half. All right, first half. Enjoy Notre Dame versus Champaign Central, and boys soccer ends with Notre Dame up 1-0 on a spectacular goal by Caleb Hard, and the Irish dominated the half. Really, few good things from Champaign there now, and now we will definitely switch the wind, switch the game, maybe switch strategies.
Yeah.
We'll see when we come out. We'll have a 10-minute halftime, and we'll be back with about 2 minutes or so before the half starts to give you a little other summary of the first half and what we were looking for in the second half. And we'll see you here in about 8 minutes.
it most like home, so they don't feel like they're in this, kennel environment. We just try to make them feel comfortable here.
So Meadowbrook is fantastic because we offer a puppy class, which is absolutely great for new puppies that come to us. And it also allows them to play with puppies. So this is a great time for puppies who may not get a chance to be around other puppies to just kind of get to play and have that socialization, which is very, very important to them becoming good adult dogs.
At Meadowbrook Veterinary Clinic, we have 8 separate outdoor areas where dogs can go out and have potty time. We also have a small dog area that has a separate outdoor area for our small dogs and VIP dogs to go out. We typically let dogs out about 4 to 5 times a day. They have about 15-20 minutes to play. There's a lot of one-on-one interaction from the kennel staff.
One of our big philosophies here is providing a stress-free and fun environment for all of our animals that we are taking care of, whether that's daycare, boarding, or grooming.
We do know how difficult it is to trust someone with your animals, especially whether it's a long stay, just overnight. That's just something that you're worried about. But we take all concerns internally, we listen, we go step by step with the care that you want to provide your dog and what you would want us to provide that care. I think that's the greatest thing that we do, is that we honestly listen to what the owners are expecting and what they're wanting, and we try to coordinate that care and do it back here in the kennel as well.
Suscríbete al canal de Nuestra Señora de Notre Dame para que puedas ver todos los juegos. No te lo pierdas.
Asking you about the YouTube channel. What do you think?
Doing? It's great. It's great. I love the YouTube channel. I'm teaching.
used to have a chain on this. We need to get the chain back on it. Because it would stop right about there. I should have said something as I went.
Looking for you down here, I thought.
Everybody down there's cold. I'm like, no, you come back right there.
All right. Welcome back to the second half. The first soccer game of the year for the Peoria Notre Dame Irish men's soccer team under the direction of Coach Mike Baer. Irish are up 1-0. Got a goal from Caleb Hard about 15 minutes or so into the first half. But now we switched. And the wind, which is a huge factor, is now at the back of Champaign Central and is into the face of the home Irish. Coach Danny, what's that going to change?
No, like I think that Champaign looking to play those balls over the top, and in the first half they weren't that successful with it, partly because of the way Notre Dame was playing, but also because of the wind knocking those balls down. So now, especially early, Notre Dame's defensively is going to have to be careful. The balls coming over the top are going to carry a little bit more, and I think that's one of the only ways Champaign's going to get a breakthrough here is ball going over the top and catching them off guard. So got to be smart in the back. And there's our first example.
Wow, yeah, they tried. that wasn't an accident there.
And that's that number 19. We don't have their roster, but that number 19 is the one that's delivered the nice balls into the box. So
that's right.
If they can get the ball onto his foot and he gets some time, he's gonna try to play those balls over the top.
We mentioned in the first half he'll be dangerous on free kicks from even 40 yards in this win with his foot. Of course, so will we. We got our midfielders we were talking about. Gutzweiler and McIntyre. They can do the same thing.
Yep.
But it's into the win for them now.
Yeah, it's important for them now to keep the ball on the floor. Like keep it low, move it without getting it up too high up in the air, and then the wind can't really impact it too much. And
is it hard to switch like that over the course of just the 10 minutes of a halftime to play completely sort of 180 degrees difference?
Yeah, it's like I said, those first couple minutes, especially the first couple touches, first couple ball bouncing over the top, you got to really be careful with it. And I'm sure that both coaches mentioned it in their halftime talk, like, hey, be aware of the huge change in what the wind is doing. Good battle by Zamora down here.
A couple
really
of nice tackles there.
Another sophomore for the Irish. We also have a new goalie in the game for the Irish, another sophomore, Brecken Cady. So 2 sophomore goalkeepers maybe splitting time right now.
Champaign on a little bit of a breakout here, and there's one of those longer balls you were talking about.
Yeah, the first half that goes about 5 yards.
Possible to play in the first half. Down the right side, he snaps off a shot.
That was dangerous. Like we talked about, Champaign kind of weathered the storm, weathered the wind, and certainly they were against the ropes there a little bit, but
they'll gain confidence every minute.
Absolutely.
Every minute of this half.
Especially with a couple balls like that.
I think that first one they were pretty jealous of the way Notre Dame got to shoot in the first half. They finally got a chance. That's what I would have done.
Just to see what it was like.
Just to see what I was like. Just to feel what it felt like off my foot. And then I would have been on the bench the rest of the game.
Everybody gets a moment of glory, though. And if it would have gone in, you would have been on the field the whole season.
Absolutely. Changed my life. Champaign strung together a nice number of passes there. That's the first time they've really done that this game. So I think they've come out with a little more confidence. Champaign Central tried to reverse the field there a little bit like that. I don't think he gave it enough juice. Kind of hung up. All right, see if the Irish settle here, get a little possession, look up, take some of that spring out of Champaign Central's legs that they got now coming off the rest from halftime. And Zamora here has already looked good in this half, taking on his man. He's beating him.
Oh, nice job recovering defensively
good
there.
Good tackle. Keeps it for a throw-in instead of a corner kick. Sorry, I'm trying to get the grime and dust out of my eyes and my mouth.
Probably couldn't see through the wind anyway.
Irish get a offsides. Oh no.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was okay.
After the throw-in, he stayed off sides.
That's right. They worked a nice little 1-2 there to basically get a corner kick out of that throw-in. Be interesting to see if they can do that again and keep it onside. That must be what, a half dozen offsides on the Irish so far this game.
Yeah, I think it's 6 or 7 too many if you ask Coach Bear. Like you said, it's nice to have that eagerness, but eventually at some point it goes over the top to the other side of just not paying close enough attention.
Yeah, and then it turns into basically a turnover, giving the ball away.
Yep.
The Irish win the throw-in right in front of the Champaign Central bench. Take it straight down the sideline. Zamora there, good chest control, turns. Doesn't find anybody, but relieves a little bit of the pressure. Here comes Champaign Central down the right side. Excuse me. Throw a
nice
glancing
flick on.
header.
Yeah. Dangerous there.
Very nicely done.
Good job defensively there by number 15, Andrew Bonham from the Irish. Kind of battling in there, then trying to clear it, ended up clearing it off of the defender for a goal kick. Now Notre Dame's got to be careful. Their first goal kick coming into the wind here.
Yeah, his first goal kick of the season, too.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club, kid. 25-mile-an-hour wind right up your schnoz. That's a good job coming out for that. I think maybe we may have underestimated what the wind did to Champaign Central this first.
Yep.
They've come out here and looked like not necessarily a different team. They didn't look bad in the first half, but they've come out and looked like a much more dangerous team.
Well, and it's it might be weird to say, but a couple of their guys actually look faster now than maybe they seemed to be in the first half. So I don't know if it's the extra rest that they got at halftime or if the wind is really making a difference.
All right, here's the danger man for the Irish in the first half. Caleb Hart now playing on the right side. So nice piece of skill there.
Oh, nice ball.
Plays a beautiful ball in, get a one-touch.
Nice
oh, that was nice.
Irish defender and the goalie.
Earning a goal kick out of him. Menke's down, but he's getting up.
Looks like we got referee stopping the clock here too to hand out a yellow card, I think, coming back to a previous foul that he let play on.
I missed that entirely.
Don't think the Champaign coaches agree with the call, but
referee's gonna come over and explain it to him, though. That's good refereeing. So we got the clock stopped here with a little under 34 minutes to go. Champaign coach is probably saying just call it both ways.
Yeah, it's always hard when you come back and you let the play go on from a foul, and then you come back to it. Sometimes the coach forgets what happens. Or
I didn't remember seeing anything, but but immediately before that stoppage of play, Irish had their best bit of offensive football of the half, though. Excellent through ball into Menke. Menke made a nice run. And a good piece of skill there outside of the right foot. Irish earned the throw in. Bouncing around on top of the box. They're dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Irish playing it up the right touchline here. Caleb earns a throw in for the Irish. A throw in right here at midfield. A nice throw in. Don't send it away. It's my no longer hot chocolate.
I was gonna say it's awfully late to be drinking coffee and be up all night. A little bit more rugged play here, kind of scattered compared to that first half. Notre Dame needs to again get that ball down on the ground and settle it down, and maybe realize that the balls that they were able to play in the first half aren't going to work the same here in the second half. And Champaign's realizing that the balls they were trying to play are a lot easier now. So
that's what you said. That for 7-9 minutes or so, trying to figure out a new way to play based on the conditions. Nothing you can do about it. And it looks like Champaign's done a slightly better job.
Yeah. Well, and really
they have an easier job.
The boys are going to really have to adjust this spring because they're used to fall, where really their main concern's heat, and then towards the end of the season it does get kind of cold, but rarely do you get a super windy fall evening, even when it's a little bit chilly. But the girls' season's always in the spring, and they always get the rough weather. I mean,
my daughters played soccer.
Yeah, you come up here on a 60-degree day, but it's not 60 degrees.
They tend to be wetter games too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Much more moisture stays in the soil.
Yeah.
Got an injury here. Irish down. Looks like a cramp, maybe.
Yeah, and that's again that we talked about that earlier, right? Little conditioning, things like that are going to happen. Hasn't been the same preseason build-up as usual, and you know, kind of coming off not being outdoors a lot, probably I would assume for a lot of these kids, because really only about the last 2 weeks has it even been possible to be outdoors doing anything, let alone practicing soccer. So.
And they're playing in the cold. First game's I know it doesn't seem cold to you at home.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It'll be interesting next week when football starts up. You know, a lot of the same, you know, that first football game of the year is always your main concern. It's too hot. Well, now we're going to be concerned about other things. But just like these guys, at least they get a chance to go out and play and get to have 6-game season. And
I believe the Irish player will have to come out because they came out.
I think it was Mattarelli that was down, so they're going to put in another sophomore here, Scott Anderson.
Scott Anderson coming in.
Good size.
See Will Mattarelli. He's running pretty good, though. So.
Yeah, probably just a cramp and get that thing out of there. Some water in him. And Notre Dame's got some young guys with good size on them. Bringing in these kids that sophomore, juniors that got a little bit of size, which is always helpful. Oh, dangerous there.
We couldn't hear from here. Hopefully they were talking.
Yeah.
You don't want to surprise your goalie with that Olay move. There's a punt that just turns into a upside-down V. It goes up and falls down. Irish win it, though. Good idea. Pass is cut out by Champaign. Taking it down the left side here. Boy, there's one of those long through balls you were talking about.
Yep, and that's where, again, they
kind of speculative, though.
Yeah.
They really don't have the people up front
they're
to make
gonna
that
have to,
dangerous.
The guys up front are going to have to realize those balls are carrying a little bit more.
Start running a little harder. At least not offsides. It's because they're not moving.
Yeah, right.
That's a good ball. Caleb Hard taking it down the right side. Throws a nice low ball into there. Goalie comes out, makes a good play on it at the 6-yard box. At the top of the 6-yard box. Let's see if that settles the Irish down. Man in the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Champaign's goalie.
You only watched him in the first half, probably. Yep. Can hear Coach Bear yelling not to let those balls bounce, because that's when they become even more dangerous. Is they carry from the wind and a big bounce over the top, then you're really in trouble.
Let's see what Champaign can do here. In good position to get a cross in.
Oh, and shot in the
there's
box.
a shot.
Get a hold of it.
He didn't, yeah. Kind of scuffed his.
Going to go out for another throw-in, though, and they've been dangerous here with these throw-in, corner kicks, free kicks.
Yeah, first half even into the wind,
Yeah.
they were able to get some that went 20, 25 yards.
And these are the worst thing for a team in Notre Dame's position where you're dominating the game and keep giving up throw-ins and whatnot. Got to be careful. Nice job by Eunice trying to get a clearance there.
Champaign has kept control though, and they get a beautiful cross in. That was definitely a cross. It was not a shot.
I think we're gonna have a goal kick. It looked like it was offsides anyway on that one, but
it's only fair. We had 6 or 7. And by the time they start getting some. It's gonna be so important to win those short kicks.
Yep.
You're gonna have to get the first touch.
Yep.
And you're gonna have to get it out.
nice job there by McIntyre again.
Oh, good first touch there.
Yeah.
Irish picked up a good 40 yards of territory there on that and get a throw in on the far touch line.
Sub for the Irish, number 12, Jack Ray, coming in the game. Looks like he's going to give Liebert his first break of the game. And Leibert's another sophomore doing a really good job there working in the midfield for the Irish.
Ball's controlled by Champaign Central's goalie. Shooing everybody away and gonna pound one 60 yards.
He's starting to get a hold of him now.
Actually, a much better job there getting the
Yep.
first touch on it, not letting it bounce.
A nice job by Anderson, I think
Actually,
it was. That
actually able to direct it to his own teammate. We got a coming together of heads here between the circles.
Yeah, and
We're
they're
gonna
both down, so I think, again, always dangerous in a sport like soccer. Two guys hit heads, and it's bound to happen, or bound to almost happen a few times in the game. And with the new concussion rules and protocols, and for good reason, they're safe about it, and I think stop the clock and stop play automatically. And I think both kids will have to come off and pass a variety of tests before they're even considered to go back in.
Much better system than when we were younger.
Yeah, feel good. All right, you're in.
Feel good. Take a Flintstone vitamin and get back in there. Yeah. Got the clock stopped here at 27:13 to go officially. Champaign Central guy. Champaign Central's injured players up and about getting a drink. That's good to see.
Yeah, and I think even if you're feeling good, you still have to come out, and I think the trainer will.
Got to look at your eye,
at least
your pupils
talk
at
to
least.
you. Yep. Looks like the Notre Dame guy maybe got the brunt of that anyway. I don't know. I think it was his back of his head and the front of the Champaign kid's head, so I don't know medically which one is preferred.
Little extracurricular ad hoc committee meeting there between Champaign Central's head coach and the officials.
Seemed like it escalated pretty quickly.
Yes, it did. I wouldn't want to speculate what they were talking about, but I'm sure it has something to do with that yellow card.
Yep. It looks like the injured Irish player is on his feet and at least seemingly doing all right now. So they brought Liebert back into the game. And
I think we're probably going for a drop ball here, or that may be what the contentious meeting was about.
Just a gentleman's rule there.
Yep.
Play the ball back in continue on here. So
I like that far better than a drop ball.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Another good job of winning it right away. Irish have the ball in the middle now. They're taking it down the left side. The ball's cut out and by Champaign Central. The Irish win it back though. Ball back into the center circle near midfield.
Yeah,
now
nice
back
job.
Back out here wide to Caleb. Caleb gives it back to him, and now Caleb's going to stay wide.
Much better job there, I think, by Notre Dame doing what they're trying to do, moving the ball on the ground, just kicking it forward, not getting it up in the air, and again, savvy for a sophomore in McIntyre there at the holding mid to just kind of regain control for his team. And
absolutely, we can tell hearing Coach Bear. Settle was his verb of the first half. Now it's control. I think pretty much the same thing. He wants them to do that. Caleb Hart fighting hard there to regain possession.
Nice hustle here by McIntyre, getting back defensively.
A little bit fooled by the wind behind that ball. He was in position, but it went about a yard further than he thought.
And what a different, the first half, a ball like that coming right back Notre Dame's way, and now, like you said, misjudges it 5 yards over his head, and Champaign gets a half chance there. It's big difference.
Yeah, difference this half is if Champaign scores, it's not going to be against the run of play. This has been a 50-50 half, really, maybe even a 55-45 in Champaign favor.
Yeah, and we talked about that first half, how key it would have been for Notre Dame to get that second goal, especially late, just a backbreaker, give them some momentum and ease the game a little bit. With a win like this, a one goal game is not. You're never going to be safe with that.
They got the flag up on the far side, and they're calling it as an advantage rule, so the Irish get to keep the action moving.
Nice job by Gutzweiler there, battling a little bit, coming forward.
Excellent ball from Hard to Menke down the right side. Irish earn a throw-in, and Champaign was dangerous from throw-ins from this position in the first half, even on the bad field. Let's see what the Irish can concoct up here. The ball, can he turn? Gets it back to Caleb. Gets it back to Menke, and Menke makes his man. Gets a nice cross in. Irish try to volley it. That's a tough one to come down with. But good work up to it. Everything except the final touch. And the final touch was hard.
Yeah.
Champaign has turned it into a little something here. The Irish have earned a throw in. Gonna back up the Irish. Throw in about 10 yards. Trying to take the gentleman's first down there, the extra 10 yards.
Try it until they tell you not to, right?
Forgiveness rather than permission.
Menke trying to go forward there to Hard, running onto it, but unable. Menke gets it
been
back.
Doing some good work here. Shove in the back of the Menke there. I think he thought he deserved a foul. Ball goes out though, and Champaign has a throw-in. There's a very nice throw. I think probably went about 25, 30 yards maybe.
And that's where Notre Dame has to be smart. They don't want to give them those throw-ins deep into their defensive half, because then it's going to be, this one's going to be dangerous, I think. Kind of a tough call there, but ironically, I don't think our number 19's in the game to take the free kick, so they play it short. Nice ball into the box.
Very short, very quick, and they were all on the same page. That wasn't a surprise.
Katie coming out and doesn't get to it.
Know if he got a touch on it.
Looks like it's going to be a goal kick.
A little confusion at the back there. Couple substitutions here for Champaign Central. That'll maybe give the Irish a little time to catch their breath. And much lower, quick kick there from Katie. You know what he's trying to do, but it just wasn't won by the Irish. Get it back now.
Nice hustle there by number 4 for Champaign. Just fighting for the ball. Big ball over the top here. Dawson trying to get a clearance. Oh, nice job.
Very nice bit of skill there in the corner. Exactly what he wanted to do.
A very nice job. Didn't give him a corner kick, didn't give him a throw in. Got the ball out of trouble. Nice little battle here. It's going to be foul on Notre Dame. Champaign
number 19
looks to take it quick. Maybe.
I don't know if I would with him.
I was going to say, take your time here. This is, again, your most dangerous chances of the game have come off little kicks here. Plays it short.
Plays it short.
Right back to him.
Square ball to his.
Ooh, now
he
dangerous
throws
ball
one
across, but we go out for a goal kick. Yeah, they were dangerous on those in the first half. Second half, they've kind of rushed it maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. He thought it maybe give him the chance in the first one and just see if he could control it. But he ended up putting a good ball in. Maybe he wanted it rolling. All right, here are again. Put that one out sideways.
Yeah, it's again.
Get it.
Champaign's goalie went through that in the first half, and now Katie's going through it for Notre Dame. Just it's frustrating. Just
a left-footed effort from about 25 yards out for Champaign. Number 19. He didn't. Well, seems as if he preferred to kick it into the wind. He didn't. Subbed out. We're back to live action. There's a good back header. It's an inadvertent handball. Not called. Shouldn't have been. Champaign's winning another throw in. They're subbing in. Champaign has probably played 18 guys.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I mean, really, I think
we don't have their roster to keep track of exactly who is coming in, but it seems like they
throwing in guys with numbers 45 on their back. That's
deflection off the head there, right to Katie.
Well positioned. Have the ball on the far touch line. Get the ball to McIntyre in the middle. He gives it up. I'm sorry, it wasn't McIntyre the first time. He's right in front of me.
They look the same. 6 and 9, and they both have shaved heads.
I know. They all. We need some redheads, some blondes, some guys with beards out here. All right. There we go. Irish trying to retain some possession here. His passes on the ball. Not too many touches. Got it to the edge of the box before Champaign won it back.
Forward. Tough deflection there, but like Champaign's so used to being back on their heels, they don't have anybody up top running onto it.
Champaign's playing only one guy up top, and really that doesn't really lend itself to those long through balls, those balls over the top. They got the speed at some other positions. Maybe they'll switch that around here coming up. The Irish take the ball into the box, left side, and earn a corner out of it. This would be our first corner from that side of the pitch. Should be able, well, it's going to have to be an outswinger because you're fighting against the wind. away short one. Try to play it out towards the top of the box, but the connection wasn't there.
Oh, deflection there off the Minky shot.
Minky was trying it. I thought he might try to play it out to the right.
Oh, another bomb up top. Champaign actually has somebody running onto it this time, number 9. Oh,
no, we got to get some deflection there and see if he can get a cross in.
Doesn't have much help up there.
No,
it's kind of by himself.
Tried to pull it back to the center of the box, but there wasn't anybody there but blue shirts.
Oh, nice read by Ray there to collect that one. Unable to make much of it.
Ball kind of climbed onto his back and wouldn't behave. Oh, there's a little bit of skill.
Yeah. I think number 4 is the one who had that shot towards the end of the first half too. Kind of their one good chance there in the first half. So he
was definitely the guy they were looking for on number 19's.
Yeah.
Really good free kicks too. There you go. Some good defense there by Gutzweiler.
Nice smart play by Gutzweiler there, just to control it, find McIntyre.
Yeah, played a nice square ball, relieve the pressure. We got a foul on the Irish here, so we get a free kick for Champaign. Just about 7-8 yards into their defensive half.
I'm not convinced I wouldn't have my goalie come up and take it the way that he's been hitting the ball.
He's just given another yellow card.
Looks like we got
the Irish
card. Looks like we got a card for not giving the appropriate 10 yards on the free kick.
Jack Ray
on the opposite side of midfield. That's a tough card to give in a 1-0 game on 70-some yards away from the goal, and now he's going to come over, and it looks like he's going to card the bench. Again, Champaign's coach argued their yellow card early in the half here, and now a tough card to give to a Notre Dame player, and the coach is clearly frustrated with the call, collect a yellow card themselves.
Yeah, especially since you could be 8 yards away from this ball, and it is going to be so far over your head with this wind. It's not going to get anywhere near your body.
And it's not like he was doing it maliciously.
No.
Sometimes you'll see him stand 3 inches in front of the ball, so they can't play it. He was I don't even think he was paying attention.
No, it was not time wasting.
Dangerous there.
Very dangerous.
Drifted over the top.
Directly into the middle of the top circle. Let's see if this fires up either team.
Yeah, for a second there, kind of on those free kicks, it looks like Champaign finally gets the appropriate numbers up into the attack, and that's where big dangerous ball and bad bounce or two can give them a little hope.
Well, I think you're probably still right. They're going to need a fortuitous bounce here or there. That's the best way to get it for them.
Or one of these free kicks that they really get the wind going and just. Nice job by Eunice, but looks like he's going to get called for a dangerous play. Playing on the ground.
Another free kick in there.
Got runners there.
They did. Now they look a little more dangerous in theory than they do in fact, though.
And you can kind of, again, the first half they had a couple dangerous balls in, but it was here and there. Right now they're the wind at their back. Pretty much anytime they get a chance, it's a threatening ball at least.
The Irish have subbed a little bit more in this half, but running what you were talking about, running into the wind the entire half, you get a lot more tired than your opponents. We'll see if that comes into play here, because we have another shift change for Champaign Central here. Bringing on 4, taking 4 off.
Yeah, those balls that coming through to Notre Dame in that first half, and Hard and Menke running onto them and little bit more dangerous than now, where you're running onto it, but you're running straight into a hard wind. So
Yeah.
it's a little different.
We get a
Maybe a rethrow.
rethrow, or did they say a foul throw? Oh, rethrow.
Yep, it's gonna.
Suspect maybe not all the subs were quite off the field yet. Oh boy, they
play
just
by-
about a foot away there, but Irish cut it out nicely.
Yeah, nice job by Scott Anderson in the back. Coming right back at him,
There's-
though. Oh.
Here, Coach. Notre Dame sideline saying simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Nice square balls. Keep them on the ground.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. 8-10 yards.
McIntyre kind
man.
of forced that one in there, coming back down the other way.
It's a handball.
Handball.
There we go. Even without the win, this wouldn't be in a dangerous position for Notre Dame, right? Pretty much directly at
Yeah.
midfield stripe.
Nope. Probably look to play it short here. Well, you can go ahead and play it forward, but
Managed to get a
yeah, might have been the
throw in out of it.
best
yeah.
case in that situation.
Picked up 30 yards of enemy territory. You can see here it's right in front of us. These long balls that Champaign's want to throw in, they only have one guy
Yep.
up there still. I mean, and the next guy is 25 yards away from him.
Yeah, and the guy that they keep high hasn't been proven to be dangerous yet.
No.
So, you know, if they kept one guy high, but he was the best kid on the field, then maybe it's a little bit more threatening.
Who's probably more qualified for that, is right at our feet here, ready to come in.
As it is, you can hear the Notre Dame coaches making sure the defense is at least respecting what potential here. Nice ball
Throws
in.
one in.
Oh, deflection. But it looked like it was
Called
going to
it
be
offside.
offsides anyway.
Good stuff, though. Attractive stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if he was offsides on the original ball into play or not, but
Definitely put the goalie under pressure.
yeah, yep.
What you were talking about in the first half. Make the goalie have to worry about something other than the ball. Worry about a body, too. That was an excellent ball in. Another laser.
Go out of bounds. Good win, though, there in the back by Bonham for the Irish, and more substitutions.
10-minute mark here.
Hustle by Menke to win that ball. Kind of plays it into no man's land, though.
Couldn't quite find the pass he was looking for there. Ball balloons up, push in the back. Get away with it. It's not called. No, called it there.
Now he calls it.
Almost think it's almost impossible to play advantage into this wind.
Yep.
And you'd rather have the ball on the
Yeah.
ground. You'd rather have it back at the spot of the foul and on the ground.
Yeah, because even if you're off and running with it, you're not off and running too fast.
No.
Ball skips under the foot of Donnelly over here on the side.
Skips off number 20 for Champaign there. Play the ball back to Gutzwater. He shifts fields nicely. The Irish lose it. Lost a one-on-one battle at the midfield stripe.
Yeah. Oh, dangerous there. Yeah, right over the top.
Oh, he gets
nice
a foot
job
on
by
it.
Katie at least coming out. I think that was number 9 for Champaign. Got a foot on it, just not a clean one.
You know, it's the opposite of what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
He tried to make the goalie have to worry about something other than the ball.
Yep.
We made the
Yeah,
offensive player have to think
absolutely.
about something other than the ball.
That's Goalie coming out hard there, just try to make a play on it. There.
Good aggressive play. Get it out. All right, we got 8 minutes here. Coach Burke, you start thinking about just booting this ball and making them have to go 80 yards every time.
You know, if with the wind here, you may be best trying to get it on your foot like this and putting them on their heels just with the ball on the ground and you running at them. Playing it up in the air is almost a just like giving it back to them at times. But be interesting to see strategy for Champaign, whether they start to try to push numbers a little bit more forward.
Yeah.
Maybe just keeping more guys back, or sorry, keeping a couple guys back and just playing the big balls over the top and taking your chances. You know, you don't get any extra points losing 1-0.
No, no loss is a loss.
Yeah. It's got another Irish player down here. It looks like another cramp situation, if anything. But I think it was Mattarelli with the cramps earlier in the half, and I don't think he's come back into the game.
No, he hasn't. This is Caleb Hard down this time.
Like we got number 22, Dylan Stickelmeyer, coming into the game for the Irish.
First appearance, I
yep.
think.
Yeah, so fresh legs coming on at forward for Notre Dame, another sophomore.
I believe the Irish had possession of the ball when the clock was stopped for the injury.
Ready to go. Got their sub on.
Not quite sure what the delay is.
Gonna be a restart. 7:28 to go here in the game. Notre Dame still up 1-0.
Retain possession. Midfield. Give the ball away there. Champaign has it. Irish pressing to get it back. Ball's still about the same. There it is. Back a little bit further now. Champaign having a little trouble getting the ball out of their half.
Looks like going to be a foul.
Burn a foul. Minky there. Looked like he.
And here comes the goalie up to take this one. He's going to play not a big ball.
No, Irish win it first. Don't let it bounce.
It's touched by Stickelmeyer. His first touch of the game.
That's good. First touch of the game was vital.
Yeah. Yep.
That's nice. There we go. Irish got some room out here to the right. They want to use it. Try to go direct. It doesn't work. We got a
nice job by Gutzweiler trying to run onto his own ball.
Irish doing a good job here, forcing, when you just said forcing Champaign to have to play defense. Get them back on their heels. Have them not thinking about scoring.
Unlucky there. Unlucky bounce.
Unlucky. Got a handball on McIntyre. He didn't do anything wrong.
Gonna bring it back here. Ball is still moving.
We got under 6 minutes now.
Yeah, again, a way that this goalie can kick the ball, I'm not so sure. I wouldn't have him come take this one and just put it into the box for him and see what happens. But they're going to play it short out here, number 45 on the left.
Well, during that last injury timeout for the Irish, you could hear the Champaign coaches talking about that there's 4 or 5 guys back on defense every time when the long balls aren't going to work. So it looks like they're going to try to play it through.
Oh, nice play by Notre Dame back here, and looks like they got another guy down.
Got Menke again.
He might have taken a shot though.
He might have taken a knock there.
Yeah,
he looks
last.
taking one to the thigh.
He's got those bright red shoes on. Can see those from a mile away.
Clock is stopped with just a little bit more. Nice turn there.
Oh, nice job there. Oh,
another shot and a good
deflection.
block.
Goalie comes out, makes a nice play there.
Boy, you like the unselfishness, number 9, trying to pass that, but boy, he was in a good position to let one go from 18 yards. Good angle. Tough to nick a kid for being selfish and playing a nice square ball to his teammate, though. Throwing right midfield here for Champaign. Down there, they skips over. Now, to their credit, I'm not really seeing any of this fatigue that maybe we saw a little bit earlier. At this point of the first half from Champaign, maybe.
Yep.
The Irish seem to have all their pistons firing, all their guys.
By Liebert there. Open space for Gutzweiler, plays it wide to Donley.
Irish get a talk, there you go. Gutzweiler, nice bit of skill there, turned, earns a foul. Normally I'd say it's a fairly dangerous position, but not tonight. Yeah, about 30, 32 yards to the goal mouth, but they're not really pressing up on him. I might be play this one short and retain the possession and look for the next pass. Clock is still running. Down to about 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. Ended up being put out of bounds by Champaign, so the Irish basically get a throw in from the spot where they were going to take the free kick, or where they took the free kick from. And the Irish are not rushing into their next bit of movement here.
No, and at this point, the patient game and soccer, you can kind of mess with the clock a little bit, get a throw in and substitutions on, and it's kind of the equivalent of like the four corners in basketball. Just not much you can do about it.
Maddening if you're down 1-0.
Absolutely.
Absolutely what you should be doing if you're up 1-0.
Yeah, and great soccer teams are great at killing the clock last 5 minutes. So
another good throw in. They're doing a good job of not letting Champaign turn. They got their back to the basket there on basketball. Got their back to the goal the whole time. Yeah, we can't really do much playmaking that way.
Hart's coming back in for Notre Dame.
It's good to hear. Irish get to throw in here, and we're at the 2-minute warning. If we had a 2-minute warning. Caleb gets a touch. Plays the ball down the right side.
And Ray's running onto it. Another throw in for Notre Dame.
Irish just throw it in short towards the corner flag, earn another one.
Throw in. Ray's going to take this one.
And the wind is making a last appearance. Irish down there trying to keep it in.
Nice job by Champaign there defensively, not letting them just sit in the corner, but going to go out for another throw-in. We're approaching the 1-minute mark.
This could not be working better for Notre Dame.
Nope, and this is where, again, the team that's down 1-0, frustrating, but killing the clock a little bit.
The
so.
whole action's taking place in a phone booth right now.
Yeah. And there's the mistake Champaign was looking for.
Take the quick
throw in.
Take the quick throw in, but maybe a little too quick. But
oh, nice job by Hard. Get in line, but take it
takes
nice
it to
and
the corner.
patient back to the corner.
Yeah, loses it, but that's all right.
Pulls it out again.
Another quick throw in. Notre Dame gets the ball back, kicks it out of bounds.
Under 30 seconds left here.
This is probably the final build-up.
Yeah,
Champaign.
Let's see if they can even get a clean hit on it. No.
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't have just played it back to your goalie there and let him do it.
Yeah,
What you
right.
were talking about earlier. Yeah. And a little frustration foul there for that's going to see the game out.
Yep.
Notre Dame is going to win the opening game of this COVID season 1-0. An exciting game, actually.
Yep.
I think both teams learned a lot about themselves today, which is probably the most you could hope for.
Absolutely.
If you're a coach.
Absolutely. First game, get it out of the way, get those jitters out of the way, kind of get a feel for your team and your rotation. And both teams, probably some goods and some bads from tonight, which is what you would hope and expect, I think, from the opening game and really the opening week of the season. So
I would think so. Hopefully the two students who clashed heads are going to be okay. But other than that, both teams should come out of this fairly nick-free, which is always good.
Absolutely.
Considering the crowded schedule both teams are going to be facing. Notre Dame will play again here at home on Thursday against Peoria High, Peoria Central. And that will start into a run of games. So recap here, the Irish win 1-0 on a first period goal from Caleb Hard. Came about 12-15 minutes into the game. They then pretty much dominated with the wind the rest of the half, but couldn't put another one in. Champaign defended well. Then Champaign came out with the wind and really looked like a different team.
Yep.
Much more offensively oriented, but never really looked to score like they were going to get the equalizing goal. And all in all, I say Coach Perry's got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Get a win the first, not always going to be pretty, and I think that this year's team is going to be different than the last few years. They're going to win a lot of close games and be battle tested as they go along, and they're not going to maybe not necessarily have the offensive firepower to put a bunch of goals in the net, even though they had the ability tonight to dominate for the most of the game. So may just be learning experience, and the more field experience that these guys get, the better and more comfortable they're going to be, I think, as we go along.
Yeah, got it. We were talking about got a lot of young guys onto the field for their very first time, so pretty happy about that. And then so we will see you guys. Thank you for watching, for one thing, and we will see you on Thursday. Take care.